BATTEN.
Hey, gentlemen.
What news from the high seas, Captain Blood?
Well, I heard last week you guys wanted some map tactics, so I got one for you.
Oh, all right. Let's check it out.
Should we check it out?
Sure.
All right,
What's the
let's check it
weather
out.
report?
I don't know. Hopefully this is somewhat visible on the camera, but we have a Cliffside map of the week, of course. And, you know, with our usual attack, we have our ruthless path here, and then an obstinate attack here. Is that a word?
Obstinate?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is word.
Obstinate? Yeah, okay. I don't know what it means, but sounds good. And then our brutal attack here, ROB, River of Blood.
Ah.
So we will all be somehow attacking these all at the same time, of course, to the dead Googly zone.
Are they alive before they are the dead Googly zone?
This is where they die. So these ones, they go up here and they get blowed up.
Okay.
Some of them might have to hide here, I think. Some might go back and camp. And now at this point, Lauren Elise is just going to have to break up with Spoon. I don't think she can handle that kind of embarrassment. And then, so Spoon will probably be this path here where he'll go and drown, or drowned, as I say. Savagey loves when I mispronounce that. You got to put a D in that.
You'll have to keel haul him then.
And so first map I think looks pretty good for us. I think it's pretty much spelled out here. Not too worried about that one.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing if that's actually going to happen. But Spoon may have something to say about that. Spoon, representing the Googly Bobbers, any words to the overall approach that River Blood's going to bring to Cliff?
Yo, you may conquer our strats, but you will never conquer Lauren Elise's heart, all right? That's all me.
All right. Spoon, it's good to see you back here as the Googly Bobbers. What's it feel like to be back in the Gold League? What's it feel like to represent a team that has a lot of fun when they approach something that's as serious as $100,000 on the line?
It feels great, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. It's just, one of those things that you get to be a part of, and it's just awesome. And that's all you pretty much can say about it, right?
Yeah. Do you have any more words for River Blood before we get started?
I love you, and good luck.
Wow, so nice.
Wow.
He's actually on my fantasy team, so best of luck to you. Rest of the team, blow up everywhere. But Spoon, you're the man.
I am the man.
All right, and is that a code that I see?
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it's visible. I made the
very
font
visible.
as big as Note can make. Now, this is the cruelest way to give away a code because 100 people are going to try it and only one person's going to get it. So I apologize for that. I'll figure out something better next time, but couldn't hurt. One lucky guy, Hey.
All right. I'm sure they appreciate it. Plus, I'm sure people are screen capping it right now. Cool. Gentlemen, always a pleasure to speak to you. Best of luck on the battlefield.
Thanks, guys.
Man.
Yar.
I told you, the personalities come out between River Blood and Googly Bobbers, and it's always a treat to see that. But Randall, I want to hear from you now. What are your rules for well, you know what? Before we get into that, I want to see the rosters because there have been some changes on both of these teams.
There have been.
Let's take a look at the rosters first, guys. So yeah, Sovereign Zool leading up Googly Bobbers. Zombie Food was one of the guys that joined us at the studio a couple weeks ago. I'm going to take a look at how Zombie Food's going to approach this game, and also Anfield, just for that tweet from Mr. Ketchum.
Well, he is certainly one to watch out for. But Captain Blood, of course, always a classic. And Doc Golem is who I'm going to be looking out for. He's a high performer. Maybe he'll be on the ball today. Maybe not.
Also, Canada Duck, the Minister of Propaganda when it comes to River of Blood.
And a very outspoken individual of River of Blood.
Indeed. All right, let's hear your rules of victory for these teams.
I thought I would make them a little piratey themed here. So, don't walk the plank. River of Blood. What I'm saying is don't beat yourself down. It's if the good captain be intended to beat those Googly Bobbers, he needn't keep boys on their own ship, not slipping away on willy-nilly on the high seas. And then second, avast ye mateys, if ye be seeing yourself floating away and getting into trouble. Avast. Halt and return to a safe position. Now, by that, I actually mean, as Clutch loses it, finally, third, batten down the hatches. When ye start seeing those Googly Bobbers bouncing up and down, being all googly all they be, you best be closing up any holes in your defense. Yar.
I can't argue with that logic.
Yar.
Well done. Well done, Pirate Randall.
I felt like I wouldn't do it at first, but then I did.
It was so natural. You had to. In order to do it justice, in order to do the rules of victory justice,
Yar.
it had to happen. All right, battle number 1's about to begin on Cliff, the map of the week. Captain Randall,
Yar.
what do we have for tanks?
IBC and 2 T69s. 3 1390s against 2. No, that's be one person I should take off my eye patch. A T69 and 3 1390s.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's see some action between these two teams here. Dodoma and Rylak are going to be pushing up first in the blue. That'll be River of Blood spawning to the south. In the red, Googly Bobbers up to the north. So it looks like the plan of River of Blood is going to be flipped this time. They're not going to attack from the north. The Go Bob dead zone is going to be up on the opposite side.
Well, maybe they'll do it. I mean, I see G2. It looks like a tank going into the Go Bob dead zone. And it does appear as though Baronish has made his way. Never mind.
No shots fired yet.
Oh, Invade?
So, yep. Baronish takes a hit. Invade was able to get that one, too. From Invade, 3 on Daxta.
Push.
4.
Invade's going to be reloading, but Dodo will be moving up shortly. Oh, Baronish misses the shot.
So did Invade. But here comes Dodoma.
Can't be missing this.
Oh, Daxta takes another hit for 246, but so does Dodoma for 240. Baronish is going to push up. Invade has to reload. He has to move back to Dodoma. This is tricky. You could stay here and try to kill Daxta, but it's too tempting. You might want to fall back here. Baronish comes around the corner. Doesn't fire yet. Invade's still waiting. Playing dancing game of death for these two tanks here.
Now the corner games, and Baronish throws it way high. Not going well for the Googly Bobbers right off the bat. One more shell should finish him off from Dodo, and he does. But Dodo is incredibly low. Daxta does not move in. And because of that, Invade's going to be able to chase him down and get probably a kill for not a whole lot.
For 1 and 2. And Invade is able to get it, even though he took 506 damage in that volley. River of Blood looking strong. Only 3 tanks remain for the Googly Bobbers as they were able to isolate on that side with Invade and his battle buddy Dodoma. Doc Ullum, Rylak, and Canada Duck were able to push up on the other side. This is how you play Cliff.
The Googly Bobbers not looking nearly as strong right now. I've got to say, River of Blood, impressive. Is Spoon actually gonna? Is he gonna do what was predicted? No, he may not actually drown himself, throw himself overboard. He's hesitant. Who wouldn't be right before the plank?
All right, Dodoma is on the east side.
Do it, Spoon.
Looking for Spoon.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it, Spoon.
Will he spot the other tank too farther north? Is a T1, I believe. Both T1s.
Oh, he's spotted.
Seen.
It's over. Jig is up.
He hits Invade for 240, and Spoon's going to stay in that position.
Spoon, don't do it. Spoon.
He can bait them all to come towards him. He takes a shot. And again on the other side. And Dodoma's coming, but Invade gets the kill, and Rylak jumps on top. Just for good measure.
They should push his dead hull into the water.
Yeah, Canada Duck now getting towards Tuxzilla. As Tuxzilla is spotted behind the rocks, Canada Duck's going to pull over. Get the kill with one shot. Across the other side of the T1s are seen. Canada Duck misses.
Duck.
Come on, Duck. It's gonna wedge the tank.
Golem just shot Duck. Guys.
Duck deserved it. Armor Ghost falls, and River Blood's gonna take battle number 1 on Cliff.
Okay, that was convincing. The corner game was just handled so poorly there by Googly Bobbers.
They missed multiple shots in those 1390s. You can't miss, especially when you're that close.
Yeah.
I understand the rocking mechanic, kind of like you come out, you stop your tank, and you're going to buckle a little bit when you aim, and that could cause a lot of those shots to miss. But
yeah.
you can't do it. Can't do it, Baronish. And then we see the replay here. Dodoma and Invade are able to... Dodoma did a good job of just keeping Invade still present and still a danger, even though he's reloading. And that's why they were very, very cautious around that.
Sharing hit points. They also knew that Invade would be the one reloaded shortly, and so keep him healthy so he can just go in there and he doesn't have to worry about his hit points because he's going to have such a larger pool that he can waste a few here and there. The fight's already going well in the east. Let's just make this cleanup over in the west and we can keep another tank alive.
And it was three River of Blood members that did over 1,000 damage in each of their autoloader tanks. And that's important that they're able to spread out the damage dealing, not just one guy being a hero, but three of them, even four almost, Canada Duck, except missing that one shot.
Canada Duck.
Canada Duck.
Canada.
I'm going to say his name right when he stops missing.
That's fair. Okay.
All right.
But Invade really did shine this battle. He's always been a good player. He was on Wreak Havoc back in the day. I think that's where he came from. Dodo, I think you'll remember, was on Fnatic for a bit.
Dodoma.
Yeah. Decided to move on over. Actually, before the season started, they were looking at some former members from Fnatic. But looks like it didn't really work out for the most part.
Well, Captain Blood in the T1, GQ, and the other T1 with that spotting. Yeah. Spoon was able to do 6 out of 9 in his 1390. And that comes down to being the last tank left alive and getting 2 more shots.
No, that comes down to making the shots count.
Well, I mean, he was able to get 6 instead of 4. Would have been 4 until the very end. 4 for 7.
But he fired 9 times.
Mm-hmm.
Should have connected all 9.
He should have. He should have.
Didn't.
All right, the next battle is going to take place on Himmelsdorf between River of Blood and the Googly Bobbers. Randall, what do we have for tanks?
For tanks, I'm looking at 2 5100s, 3 IS-3s against 2 5100s, 3 IS-3s.
Mirror matchup.
Isn't that fun?
Between the two, it is. River of Blood is up 1-0. And predicting a cross of the courtyard from these teams right off the bat.
Let's go.
No. Clutch, why do you just throw out crazy strats?
Because
you just want to see them?
well, I also want the audience to understand why teams don't do those things, why they're choosing different alleys, different avenues of approaches because of it being so crazy. It's completely open to enemy fire. It's completely open to getting flanked. But if you can cut the craziness in half and use it in some sort of better scouting approach and use it in some sort of tactical bait and switch, then it's practical.
So don't go full crazy.
No. Don't want to go full crazy.
Never go full crazy.
Never go full crazy. Rylak just went full crazy. He took an 819 damage. Doc Golem takes a shot, but takes down Tuxilla in the T1.
Was it worth it?
Rylak got annihilated. Still alive, though. He got pummeled pretty hard. If he was annihilated, he wouldn't have been in existence.
But he is.
But he is.
So
So
he's good.
we demoted the verb to pummeled.
That's a good verb.
It is. Well, Googly Bobbers definitely answered that last battle with some shots of their own. Rylak is still spotted. And Hill play is going to River of Blood right now with GQ leading the charge. They're not going to spot anyone or anything at the hill.
But to the west, Googly Bobbers sending Armor Ghost up with Baronish, which is weird because Baronish is sitting just in the middle of the train tracks, just out there. There's no cover. There's no real retreat. I don't get it. Just don't.
He's trying to.
He's like, I've got a
He's
great
in the
idea.
belief business. He's in the going crazy
Guys, I
business.
swear they're not over here. It's fine. I'll just stand out here and shoot the T1. You won't see me, I swear. Not in the open. You'll never expect it.
Oh, Sovereign taking some major hits. That's coming out of Dodoma from up top, and he gets the kill against Sovereign Zool. There is no Dodoma, only Zool. Not the case this time. Dodoma was able to exercise that ghost that was Zool from up top in the 5100. He was the keymaster, and Sovereign Zool was the gatekeeper.
Claps for you, Jeff.
Hey, man.
Dude, that was just good.
That was that good.
There's no response to that. Just don't
I'm
cross
sure-
the streams.
Don't
I don't
cross
know.
the streams. Don't cross the streams, but make sure to follow our stream, as we love to give out prizes to people that are loyal to the WGLNA and love to watch us and love to tune in Thursday and Friday nights. The next 7 weeks, guys. Plenty of World of Tanks action, esports action coming at you.
Well, Shell came at Bananas the Wall host from Rylak as he backed away, giving ground. Now Doc Golem, Savagear coming around on Spoon, and Bananas the Wall host, shots fired, and there are a few connections and a few missed shells as well. Now backup is coming. Dodoma will be able to make his way towards the G line, create an alternate lane of fire. Bananas the Wall host is in a rough spot.
Oh, Spoon takes a hit from Dodoma. Dodoma is off the wall, and he gets the kill. That's going to allow Savage and Doc Golem to press around the corner. Savagey misses a shot against Bananas to the wall host. Doc Golem waits for it. That one is absorbed into the armor of Bananas, but Bananas is almost down. 979. That volley into Doma gets the kill.
Now Enfield is in a position where he can bring this one back. There's plenty of damage spread across the members of River of Blood, but there's so many guns right now, so much potential damage waiting to happen. And Baronish is moving to the south. T1 in the north, Armagos trying to make Cap happen. Enfield can maybe get a kill. Doc Golem is moving around. He is spotted, but Canaduck is too healthy. I don't think he's going to be able to make this happen.
Oh, Canaduck is the swinging axe right now against the Googly Bobber head with these tanks still alive. Baranesh has only taken one hit, now two from Canaduck. Doc Golem is low, but Canaduck, as you mentioned, is at full health. He's going to land a shot into Anfield. GQ and the T1 couldn't keep the flag cap alive. He will. Anfield takes another hit. His reload is taking forever. I think he's ammo racked.
He was, and he will be dead.
And Canaduck is almost fallen. Doc Golem needs to maybe get in front of him for a sacrificial play because one shot could take down Canaduck, but Dodoma is pushing it against Baranesh. Last tank left alive for Googly Bobbers is super low on HP, and Dodoma gets the kill. River of Blood is able to take battle number 2 on Himmelsdorf. 2 points on the board for them.
Wow. Googly Bobbers just isn't standing up. I would have expected a little bit more, but the thing is, Doma's wrecking. 13 for 13 on a 5100 and 3,588 damage. I hope you guys have put him on your fantasy team because, oh, wow.
That is MVP status.
Yes. 4 kills. 4. That's amazing.
Mastery class, lesson 101. Watch that video with Dodoma. And the hill dominance from River of Blood, uncontested, unscouted. And he was able to lock down those shots against Sovereign Zul. Once that had happened, Googly Boppers had to crumple up the defensive position they had taken on that line, and that allowed River of Blood to push in on multiple sides. Even though they weren't as healthy as before, Canaduck stayed out of the firefight and was that swinging axe, the executioner, we could call him in the future now because of that. Well played by River of Blood. Well calculated, too, of knowing when to push in, when to play the corner game, and when to flank. Googly Bobbers are up against the ropes as we go into battle number 3, and the map they're going to be playing on will be Ensk.
Interesting choice, Googly Bobbers. Trying to think of a strat they would be bringing. Probably west side play, I'm guessing maybe. Oh, middle play probably from River of Blood. I think they'd probably be the kind of team that's going to gravitate towards that.
Long range Pershing, maybe object 416. T32 is a little bit too slow, possibly.
They might opt for 5100 instead and just keep it simple.
The sniper, the multi-damage dealing sniper fire, you could say, the 6 shots. Yeah, quite possible. Plus, the speed of the 5100 to move up the railroad tracks behind cover is quite practical as well. Well, we're already in the countdown. Randall, what do we have for tanks?
For tanks, I'm looking at 3 5100s and 2 IS-3s for the side of GoBob. River of Blood is going to bring 2 5100s and 3 IS-3s.
Alpha Strike favored with the Shuka to the front compared to the burst damage of the 5100s, but they turn into glass cannons that can be completely ineffective when all their shells are expelled.
Yep, we'll have to see what happens though. Burst certainly does help after the initial shots fired. IS-3s, if they're focused down, doesn't work too well.
Canaduck, the Minister of Propaganda, is going to wait.
Canadian propaganda.
Canadian propaganda.
Which is just really polite propaganda.
A lot of I'm sorries and thank yous. But also the propaganda of River of Blood. That was Captain Blood's. Oh, wow. Doc Golem, he's in trouble.
Enfield might be in trouble. He's kind of cut himself off. Savage and Doc Golem could go around and just begin the engagement. He is going to back off a little bit, wisely. Decide, you know what? It's a bad idea. Let's get out of here.
Look at this one line, though. Watch the one line for River of Blood as they're going to approach. And who's that moving over to try to spot him? It's Armor Ghost. That may have stopped that initial flank here.
And he does spot it. Spots Rylak. It's going to allow them to be prepared for any kind of flank movements there. Dodoma going around far into... Oh, wow. Armor Ghost.
Doc Golem tracked the T1. But Sovereign Zul takes the first hit in Canaduck. A second hit from Savagey. Look at that corner from Savagey. From this house side, he was able to fire through this diagonal plane and it was able to hit Sovereign Zul right there, right through that section. That was a beautiful shot.
There are some really cool angles in this section of the map. Oh, wow. But as we're talking about these guys are just taking hits all over the place. Doc Golem doesn't even care and just rolls out in the open unpunished. from anyone from Googly Bobbers. What are the Googly Bobbers doing if they're not covering their teammates?
They're too staggered. They're way too staggered. They have 2 other heavy tanks to the back because they're thinking a flank's going to happen, and adjusting for that flank leaves their front 2 open. Doc Golem is the first one to take a hit against against Googly Bobbers, and now they're going to press up. More shots into Savagey, though, as Baron Ash is able to unload 900 damage in that volley. Doc Golem still up against Sovereign Zool. Sovereign Zool waiting for the reload, but Dodoma can move across towards the railroad tracks and get the flank that River of Blood needs to clean this up. Shot bounces against the 5100, and Sovereign Zool takes out Doc Golem. Dodoma's going to have to push in here soon.
Nice play. Rylak, though, is going to have free damage onto Sovereign Zool. Never mind, not free. Bananas the Wallow is coming to punish him, and they're going to jump on Rylak. This could be the point at which Googly Bobbers are able to come back against River of Blood.
But look at Dodoma. From long range, he's able to snipe, and they could take down Sovereign Zool. Dodoma may have another shot and gets Bananas to the Wallow, who hasn't taken any damage yet. The spread of HP is good for the Googly Bobbers, especially with who's left alive still. But Canaduck, the Minister of Propaganda from River of Blood, is able to get the kill. He has to reload now as Bananas to the Wallhouse has 2 more shots left. He sees Savagey. He gets the kill, but Dodoma has 3. And Dodoma does fire, and it's a miss. He's down to 2. Bananas now has to reload, and Baron Ash is almost finished reloading.
Wow. Now it is dead even except for those T1s. Those T1s could be the difference between victory and defeat right now for River of Blood. They just have to keep them off the cap. Keep Googly Bobbers away from the cap. Make the fight happen elsewhere, and you've got 38 seconds, to get that cap.
Trying to get over there very quickly. GQ and Captain Blood holding the line. All they can do right now is wait for those 5100s to get to them and be reloaded. Canaduck's going to be the first one. Dodoma is still really far away from reloading. He's got at least another 35 seconds.
Nice track.
Canaduck is able to track. 13 shots and 12. GQ and Captain Blood fall away. GQ stays alive.
Now Dodo, Canaduck, looking at the corner. Baronish goes around, gets tracked. He is forced to burn his kit because of that. His repaired kit.
They are trying to stall Bananas and Baronesh, so Dodoma can be fully loaded, and he is. Time to bring the pain from River of Blood.
But Bananas Walls looks like he's going to move out and try and make flank. Dodoma and Canaduck don't have any cover against this position, I think, and I don't know if they're expecting it. They're looking towards the south, but guess what? You've got Bananas all the way to the west, and GQ is able to spot him.
And GQ is able to put himself on the flat cap again next to the house. That's going to force Baronesh and Bananas to the Wallhouse to engage. Traded blows against Dodoma and Baronesh, but Canaduck is there. A shot bounces off the top of Dodoma, and Baronesh is able to absorb another shot, and he falls. Dodoma has got to get behind cover. Bananas to the Wallhouse has 3 shots left, and Canaduck is reloading.
It's not enough damage to get the kills. 494, 524, 3 shells, 2 shells actually can't do that.
Shot fire from Dodoma to get the hit against Bananas. Bananas creeping across the side. Still a minute to go for the flag cap, and the T1 try to do some damage here. Bananas can get it though. He does, but he's reloading.
Now he's going to have to try and get a ram in order to stop Cap. Canaduck, though, will be reloaded in perhaps
Canaduck needs
10,
to get on the flag
15
cap.
Seconds.
Well, he doesn't know that Bananas is reloading though.
He doesn't know for sure, but there's a pretty good chance. GQ's off, though.
3,
GQ's decided no.
2, 1, and Canaduck's reloaded. He can press. It's going to be ring around the rosy. Oh, GQ's there. And if GQ sees that Bananas doesn't fire, as he takes damage, oh, GQ, you got to be careful. He's going to try to block Bananas. He's trying to hug him against the wall.
Smooth driving, not smooth enough.
And he gets him. River of Blood is able to take the series 3-0 against the Googly Bobbers.
Well, that was decisive.
It was very decisive. Strong victory from River of Blood. Not as much haphazardness as I thought it was going to be on Ensk, because they had such great angles through the city blocks. Googly Bobbers was too thinly spread. Their frontal approach to where their tanks were was to obviously engage in case there's a full frontal approach, but they were trying to cover too much for the flanks.
Yeah, it kind of. You say thinly spread. I feel like they were an onion with layers.
Okay.
But the layers, they were not strong enough.
No.
No, and one layer was chipped away, and then one, and it was over.
And it was over. Well done to River of Blood. And Googly Bobbers, they're still not out of this yet, guys. It's only the first battle.
Yeah.
It's only the first match in the Gold League. But River of Blood looked strong. What do we have for damage that was dealt?
All right.
Canaduck, the number 1?
Canaduck and Savagey, both 2K plus damage dealers. Great. I mean, River of Blood just has great damage this whole match. Anyone who's been watching River of Blood or is a fan should be very impressed with their performance right now. Now, gotta give it to Bananas. He did get 2,500 damage in his 5,100. I have to give him that. That was great. Unfortunately, Anfield got completely annihilated. I think the hype jinxed him a little
The
bit.
Anfield hype?
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm sure Anfield can get it together for the next match that they have next week. Well, that does it for River of Blood versus Googly Bobbers. We have one final match of the night. What many of you have been saying on social media, the match you're looking forward to the most. That's Hammer Time versus Fnatic. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. The WGLNA Season 4 continues after this.
Well, the experience of the last year has been exciting because I knew that we were a good team. I knew we had a lot of potential. But I wasn't sure how far it would go, and it's just been continuous growth. You know, we were very rough last summer. We had some tough losses, and then we won the Silver League, Season 1. Season 2, we came in the top 8. Season 3, we finished in 3rd. So it's just been continuous improvement, and it's confirmed what I knew we could do from the beginning, which was I knew we could be one of the top teams. Yeah, we still have to get over the hump of defeating Simp or Fnatic, and we came so close last season. We were literally one shot away from that. And so we came in 3rd instead of getting the big money, and we know that we can do it. We've shown Fnatic that we can get there, and they're not going to admit it. I think they're a little scared because they saw how close they came to losing to us in the finals last season. So we've proven to ourselves and to the other teams that we can be up there in the top teams, and that we can be first. This season is the season that we're going to do it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WGLNA Season 4. The last match of tonight will be between Fnatic and Hammer Time, two teams that face each other at the Season 3